have our friends from the Paine Art Center here to tell us all about the upcoming exhibit of Rooms and Blooms. So I have Kelly Marcichuk here, our good friend from the Paine. Thanks so much for coming in today, Kelly.
Thanks for having us here.
Yes, and it's always great to hear about things happening at the Paine. You guys are very busy over there, and it always seems like you've got a new exhibit or a display coming in. This one's really cool, and I think a lot of people are excited for it because it's a big opportunity, and it's not a very long opportunity like a regular exhibit. It's the Rooms of Blooms. Maybe you can first explain to us what exactly is Rooms of Blooms.
Rooms of Blooms is where we transform the Paine Mansion into just a very florally bursting full of energy place. So we have hundreds of floral arrangements that come in, and floral designers use different elements as their inspiration. We can talk about that in a minute. But it just fills the mansion with florals that people are really ready for this time of year.
Oh yeah, we're ready for it during this time of year. So you said the whole Paine's going to be full of beautiful floral arrangements. When is this going on, and how long are we able to view it? Because obviously those floral arrangements aren't going to last forever.
That's right, and because it's fresh florals, we do it on weekends. The first 2 weekends in March, and weekend is used loosely as it's Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
But that gives enough time for great flowers before they start to wilt on us, and then they're refreshed the second weekend. So the first 2 weekends in March.
Okay, so if you go the second weekend, you don't have to worry about them being 2 weeks old or anything like that.
You do not. No, we bring in fresh flowers.
Perfect. And you mentioned that it's all kinds of floral artists and professionals. Who is all involved in this?
Yes, there's many designers, dozens of designers that come in from around the Fox Valley, the greater Fox Valley area, from down to Plymouth all the way up to the Green Bay area and everywhere in between. And so they're some of the best in their areas. And we're really happy to have them with us.
Yes, and it's a really cool way to kind of check out what's available too within the area. I think one of the people that is involved is our set designer, House of Flowers, and so it's kind of cool to see what they're capable of as well. And just, I think it's a chance for them to kind of go crazy and get really creative and just wow their guests.
And that's exactly what everyone that participates does. And as you said, House of Flowers, they've been with us since the beginning, as have many others. This will be our 6th time putting the show on. And it's interesting, if you can remember back to what they do each year, how they change it up and do it differently, and how it is presented so differently than even just the last time. And it's really fun to see the change.
And the trends too, because I think the trends change so quickly in floral design and design in general.
That's right, and these are the experts that follow that so closely, so you're really seeing some great trends happening.
Definitely. So what are some of the highlights of the show? If we're going, what are some things that we definitely don't want to miss?
Sure, yeah, there's many components to this show. It starts out in the main gallery, and so we have an exhibition on view, and the exhibition has several artworks by Joy Moon and watercolor arts, and so we pair a florist with the artworks, and they use that as their inspiration to come up with a floral bouquet or arrangement, and somewhat over the top, different ideas that you're not necessarily used to. And then from there we move throughout the home of the mansion. So many of the historic interiors get transformed with a florist will be paired with a room.
Okay.
And so they will do an installation in the room and just kind of decorate around and how that room made them feel, and that inspiration goes into the floral arrangements in that way. And then the final, or one of the final rooms is the Great Hall. And so we provide 7 just blank plastic tables, and then designer is each given a table, and they just create above and beyond what you can imagine a table setting for a dinner party or whatever, and kind of sometimes very whimsical and different things. And so they do that in that room, and so there's 7 different table settings that people get to see in there.
Very cool. So there's a wide variety of things that people can see.
Yes.
And I think the table settings are so cool. I've seen pictures of them, and that's the chance that those florists really get to shine, because that's what they like to do.
Right.
So.
And that's the one part where they're not necessarily inspired by anything in the mansion. So it gets the variety really changes from table to table, and it's just fun to see the different things they come up with. And probably sometimes not necessarily, they go above and beyond of what you do at a wedding or anything like that. So it's just even so much grander.
Yes. And sometimes a little bit competitive, I can imagine, because the visitors do have the option of telling which one is their favorite.
That's right. In that room on those 7 tables, visitors are able to vote on their favorites, and then 1 or 2 lucky winners will be drawn, and they will get a gift certificate if they win to
cool.
the winner's shop.
All the more reason to tell us what your favorite one is, right?
That's right.
And this is in the Great Hall where this is going to be taking place, but you are expanding into the conservatory as well.
That's right. We have our newer conservatory on the property now, and we definitely utilize that during Rooms of Blooms. And it starts with a very large-scale installation that our horticulturist puts on. We've done it 2 other times now, so this will be the 3rd time, and that's really not to be missed.
Very cool. And I think there was like a brunch option that you had that you're going to be having an opportunity for people.
Yes, both Saturday mornings of the show, we are offering a brunch that you do need a reservation for. And so those are the Saturday mornings in the conservatory.
Okay, what a cool experience,
Yes.
especially in this time of year. And I mean, hopefully by the time that Rooms and Blooms is happening, the snow will be a little bit melted, but a really cool opportunity to get a little taste of spring. Yeah. And you mentioned the tie to the Joyce Moon watercolor exhibit, so that's really neat that they're inspired by that to do little different pieces too. Maybe you can tell us the dates and times again once more for us.
Sure. It's the first 2 weekends in March, so that is Thursday through Sunday, March 3rd through 6th, and then again March 10th through the 13th.
Wonderful. And you can find ticket prices and everything on the Paine's website.
That's right, yes.
And that is
at
thepaine.org.
thepaine.org, that's right.
That's
yes.
easy to remember.
Yeah.
Any other sneak peeks of what the Paine is up to for the rest of the year?
Yes, so we do have the Joy Moon watercolors, and Joy Moon is actually a very well-known watercolor artist. The artworks in the show are very vibrant depictions that she has of nature or her travel. She's very well traveled. She finds beauty all over in life in general. And but interestingly enough, she's also an Oshkosh native, so a wonderful asset to our community. And so it's wonderful to just take a look at that as well. And then beyond that, we have John James Audubon's Birds of America coming this summer, and that'll open in May.
Wonderful. Well, you've got a lot of great things coming up, and even into the beginning of summer and into the summer, I'm sure, too. So we can find all those details on the Paine's website at thepaine.org. And we're really looking forward to Rooms of Blooms. We can't wait to get out there.
Okay. Thank you.
So thanks so much, Kelly, for joining us.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.